Hello everyone, welcome back with one more session, and this is BITSAT Prime Time with Masterclass Space at 9 o'clock. And today we are going to solve some questions, that is previous year question papers related to figure of speech. All right. So here the question is, if a situation is described as dry as a bone, what does it suggest about the condition? It is very wet and humid. It is lively and exciting. It is extremely dry or devoid of moisture. It is full of life and energy. Okay. So whenever it is says as dry as bone, it will not be it is full of life and energy, because as dry as bone means more what means it's not full life, full of energy. Therefore, D cannot be the answer. Now, it is very wet and humid, opposite meaning. Now let it B and C. It is lively and exciting. It is extremely dry or devoid of moisture. Okay. So C will be the answer. Again, because B and D both are related to energy and excitement. But because we are giving the situation as dry, it's been what? That it has no taste, and therefore B out, D out, and even A has same case. So all A, B, D, 3 have same cases, that it does not have any connection with the dryness. All right. Now let's move to question number 2. What does the simile as sly as a fox suggest about the person's behavior? So they are honest and straightforward. They are clumsy and awkward. They are cunning and crafty. They are fearful and timid. You know that we are comparing with fox, and fox means very clever. Fox means very clever thing. So clever person, and therefore here it should be clever. It's been cunning. So they are honest. No, fox is not an example of honesty. Therefore, A cannot be the answer. They are clumsy and awkward. Though they are clumsy and awkward means what? It is very dirty. But fox is an example of smartness, intelligence, cunningness, and therefore B cannot be the answer. They are cunning because fox is known for cunning. Therefore, C is the answer. And they are fearful and timid. This is one of the part that they are fearful. But because we are talking about as sly as fox, and therefore it should be cunning and crafty. Hence, C is the answer. When someone is described as strong as an ox, what aspects of their character is being emphasized? Their physical or mental strength, their intellectual capabilities, their emotional sensitivity, their social skills. So their physical and mental, because you are talking about strong and ox, it's been ox means related to physics, that is called health, and therefore the option that is related to health will be the answer. So option A is fine, their physical or mental health. B, their intellectual capabilities, because strong and intellectual capabilities are two different things, because intellectual capability has a relation with brain, and therefore B cannot be the answer. Their emotional sensitivity, so emotional is okay, but sensitivity no. Emotional sensitivity means it is an indication of weakness, and therefore C cannot be the answer. Their social skills out, and therefore A, because ox means strength, and it's mean their physical and mental strength. If a task is said to be as easy as pie, what does it? This simply about its difficulty. So what does this imply about its difficulty? So we are talking about as easy as pie. It is very complex and challenging. It is simple and easy to accomplish. It requires a lot of time to complete. It is impossible to finish. So here it is very complex and challenging. So it is easy. Easy means easy, right? Therefore, complex is the opposite of easy. Therefore, A cannot be the answer. It is as simple as to easy to accomplish. Yes, it requires a lot of time to complete, because easy doesn't mean time taking. Therefore, C out. It is impossible to finish. So this is also out. Therefore, B is the answer. Now, what does the simile as light as air suggest about the object's weight? It is incredibly heavy. It is very light. It is of average weight. It is weightless only when submerged in water. So because as light as air, light, you know that, weightless. So it is incredibly heavy. It is opposite of it. It is very light. So yes, this is one of the option. It is overweight. It is of average weight. Average weight means what? That we cannot consider it's low or high. Therefore, C cannot be the answer. It is weightless only when submerged in water. It means after putting into water, it will be, and therefore D out, B becomes answer. So this was all about simile question. See you tomorrow to talk about few more questions, previous questions paper based on figure of speech. So this is all for today. Have a good time.